Now, I'm wearing the hoodie that a J Snip4 subscriber he sells these things. First of all, it was 39 degrees today in Florida. Come on. Now that's cold for not even being in November yet. You know, right at the end of the month. Blockchain. Boom. Love it. Wore it yesterday. Got a little fire pit over on the side of their house now. We got like this little lanai bench area. Roast some marshmallows. We're getting ready to get down. So I had to give a little shout out. He sells these shirts on his website, silver stuff, and these hoodies. Of course, it's got the full hand, you know, put your hand all the way through thing down here pocket. But just an FYI, his site is hang on. It's AG Silver Dojo. Just search for that on Google. It'll come right up. All one word. AG Silver Dojo. Just a little free shout out, of course. Loving this damn thing. Let me tell you something. We got different colors. You got some nice nice hoodies over there. So I want to tell you real quick. Someone had emailed me actually, and I asked Clif because I thought, oh, that's a good question. I kind of forgot about that. And I need to ask him too. Come to think of it, I'd like to know the answer. A while back, I think it was in one of the reports or whatever, Clif's reports, where he was talking about Bitcoin hitting this 6,888 level, and then like a quite significant pullback, like up to close to 40%. So I'm thinking, well, you know, it was up high recently and then came back down, right? Remember that? Just, well, a week or two ago. And I don't know if it was quite a 40% drop from where it was at, but it was close. You know, it was pretty good. So I had asked him about that. And he said, well, the question, he said, yeah, you know, it's what the latest I've got is that the data from his web app project, his report, latest data is that $10,000 Bitcoin before this year ends. Now, you know the price today is $6,000. It's even been a little bit higher here. I think I could swear I saw 6,300 just like last night or yesterday or something. But 10K Bitcoin before the year ends. He says, now the question is, because some of that fall down language, the 40% he was looking for, has already occurred, but not to the level, I guess, that was expected. So essentially what he's saying, there's you know, two possible outcomes, at least according to the webbot. It's going to hit the $6,800 and there will be a pullback, significant pullback, up to, and I say up to, but approximately 40%. But it appears that has already happened just because it didn't go to that level exactly. It was close. So it's like, okay, well, maybe it happened. Now we're off to $10,000 Bitcoin. Or it's literally going to happen at $6,800 Bitcoin. Price is going to drop a good amount, okay? And you're talking 40%, again, it'll be around $4,000, right? Or let's see, if it's 6,800, 7,000, half of that would be 3,500. Yeah, you're talking roughly $4,000. And then a bounce back to 10,000. So that would be that. The reason why I'm saying I don't know that that's going to be probable, it's, again, in another 2 days, it's going to be November 1st. We have 2 months. We have 60 days. Do we think, and that means you and I and everyone in, you know, crypto land, do we think that a Bitcoin smashing from $6,800 down to 4,000 approximately, that area, 4,000 something, is going to shoot back up to more than twice, $8,000, to an additional, you know, $2,000, $10,000 total in 2 months? Or do you feel, and this is what I feel, more comfortable saying, I think the pullback has occurred. We saw it just the other day, right? I mean, it's finally recovered now and it hit new records. And it's not 6,800. It didn't happen, but he was close. Long story short, it did the pullback. By the time we get 2 months into this, 6,000 is not dropping to 4. It's going to go up a little bit, back down a little bit, back up a little bit, but a little bit more, like it's been doing for the most part. I know there's these pullbacks from time to time that are pretty significant, but we might see it hit 10K. From 6 to 10K. Yeah, it'll bounce around 5,800, 6, then a new high of 6,500. But then again, the numbers the webbot has given have been pretty spectacular. 888, remember that one? 888 is going to bounce around there. I had more emails on that than ever in my life. Joe, 888, it's doing it again. It's doing it again. I know, it's crazy. What I'm not willing to do, though, is to sell off at 688 all my Bitcoin and say, oh, let's just see what happens. Now, you could argue, and this would be a good argument, so this might be a strategy. You might be about to get a pro tip from JSNet4. It might be about to go down in about 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. $6,800 Bitcoin happens. And remember the number 6888, but bear with me. 6,800. I've got, let's just say, I'm going to throw a number out there, 10 Bitcoin, but, you know, I don't want to gamble too much. I'm going to take half of them and go ahead and do a sell order. Gone. Give me my cash. Sit back and watch the price. Does it go to 7,000? Yes. Up. I may have made a mistake. Let me go buy back in. Now you got to buy back in for more money. But at least it was only half of the Bitcoin that you dealt with. However, if the pullback occurs, and there's a giant drop down to even $5,000 instead, much less 4, and you jump back in with that 5 Bitcoin you sold off that you have the cash sitting on, you're now buying back Bitcoin. You're not buying back your 5. You're buying back a lot more than 5, or several more anyways, than 5, because 5 Bitcoin at $6,800, you now can buy how many? At $4,000, right? You follow me? You're going to get back, you know, whatever, 1.5 times what you put in. So the call, you know, you risk 5, you got back 7 or 8 possibly. But then there's the risk that it doesn't pull back at 6,888 and goes on and keeps on going through. So again, this is a decision you're going to have to make. I'm not sure what I want to do, because there's been a few times where I've played this game. Let me, you know, I don't day trade per se, but oh, you know what? Let me just do that. And I've done all right, you know. I haven't done perfect, but I've done better than, you know, in other words, I'm up rather than down. Like, oh, I made too many mistakes. No, I made a mistake on that one, but those last 3, I made out, you know, that kind of a thing. Nothing major, but just things like this where, okay, a little drop, let me see if I can get back in a little lower. Oh, got in, you know, that kind of thing. Again, nothing major, nothing to write home about. But this is our thing to think about right now. Is it going to hit $6,800 and then do a large pullback like originally forecast in this data, or is it going straight to 10K? The bottom line here, for those of you, I should say, and me included, sometimes I think this way too. Safe, safe, safe. Joe, what's the safest thing I can do? You're already sitting on Bitcoin? Yep, you're good. Sit on them. They're going to 10K. You might even say, well, I might want to buy some more, even at today's price of $6,000, even if it might go down to $4,500, because you know it's still going to 10K. You're not going to be real upset if you bought in at $6,000 and it goes to 10,000. You will do what we all do and say, damn it, if the price drops. Damn it, I shouldn't have bought. I should have just waited. The 6,800 thing happened, and damn, I could have bought a couple more Bitcoin with my money or whatever. You know what I mean? But no one's going to get this absolutely perfect. This is why it's entirely up to you to decide. I've thrown a few scenarios out there. And just to recap real quickly, you do nothing, you're sitting on Bitcoin, or maybe you want to go buy some Bitcoin now, ride it up to 10K. Again, this all assumes, key here, that Clif's data, his webbot's right. And we know it ain't always right, but it's very, very right, at least with cryptos, for whatever reason. You know, even though not spot on either, but very, very good results. So buy some more Bitcoin now, sit on it until it hits 10K. He says the data's showing before the end of the year, or right as we enter the new year, boom, it's there waiting on us, like the end of this year. Second scenario, you got some now, price is what today? 6,000? Wait. As soon as you get close, maybe 6,700, you know, 6,600. Well, let me do a little sell-off. Don't sell all your stuff, because again, you don't want to be too risky. Sell off some, see if the pullback happens after it hits 68. If you see 69, 7, 7,100, you may say, oh, I'm going to have to take a loss and buy back in what I had. Didn't time that one right. At least it's going to 10K. So now your 7,000 worth of stuff you have is now going up to 10K. You're still happy. You're still happy camper. Other scenario, hold all of it. Don't do anything. You've got 10 Bitcoin today. Don't touch it. Just leave it. Let it ride it up to 10. Or if you're super risky, you unload all your Bitcoin as it nears $6,800. Hope and pray that it goes down. a decent amount, 30, 40%, like he said, 40% is the number, and then buy back in, and your 10 Bitcoin, you're going to get a bunch more back. And then you get to ride that to $10,000 according to his data. That is what we call making a move like a boss. But it comes with huge cojones. You better have huge cojones if you're going to try that. I'm already into the super risky bit petite thing, and it scares the daylights out of me. But it's been paying every day. I see it, and you can hit the little I see the little withdrawal thing. But I feel like I'm risked out at the moment. If you follow me, I'm done with the risk until this damn bit petite. Let me see where this goes in 6 weeks before I do anything more like super risky like that. Now, what I'm telling you about with Bitcoin, this isn't super risky. It would be risky for you to unload all 10 of your Bitcoins, again, if you had 10, whatever your number is, to ride this thing and hope that Clif's things was exactly right. But he said, we did see a pullback. We didn't get to the number we saw, but we did see the pullback. Not exactly the right number, but pretty close. So maybe it's already happened, and we're off to waiting for 10K Bitcoin, which is why I'm not selling all mine. But I will be watching like a hawk probably, I think. As that price gets to 6,800, I'm going to set the alert on Blockfolio. When it gets to roughly $6,800 Bitcoin, alert me. Matter of fact, $6,700, I think. Alert me. Scratch that. $6,600, I think I'm going to put my alert in my excuse me. What's it called? Bitfolio? What is it? Blockfolio. Blockfolio, right? Blockfolio, the phone app. Blockfolio. And set that alert, $6,600, and then I'm going to have to really decide, sell off or not. I think what I'll probably do is set another alert, which you can set more than one alert. You can say, set it if it goes above 60, 69, well, again, 68.88 is pretty close, so let's call it $7,000. You set an alert. You also set an alert to say $6,500, but this is only after your first alert going up to 6,600, right? So in other words, or maybe here's a better. Let me stop. Let me scratch that. Do this. Blockfolio app. Put in three alerts essentially. But you got to put that third one in, not right off the bat. So you're only gonna put in two first. First alert: notify me when it's $6,600. Second alert: notify me when it's like $7,000. Third alert: notify me when it's like $6,300. Because if it goes down, in other words, if it hits any of those alerts, it's going to bring it in front of your face. And if it goes to 7,000, you may have to reconsider and say, okay, well, doesn't look like it's going down. I'm good. I'm holding my Bitcoin anyways. I'll just ride this up. However, if then the crash occurs, you've got your third alert. Hey, it's down to $6,400. It's down $600 today, right? Now you know, hey, liquidate even at $6,400. I'm selling off X number of Bitcoin, or all of it if you wanted to. Watch it go way down and then jump back in like a boss. But that's only if that happens. So that's kind of a safe way to do this without really, minimizing your risk, basically. You've got these alerts telling you it gets to 6,600, so you don't want to put the 6,300 in first because it's going to hit that alert first, right? Now, in Blockfolio, the app, you can set these things to reoccur. So every time it hits these numbers, it sends you an alert sound on your phone. You look at it, what did it do? So in theory, you could put all three alerts in, 6,300, 6,600, and 7,000. And each time it alerts, you're going to look at your phone. And now you're going to have to determine, well, is it alerting me because it's going to 6,300 up and down, back up and down, 63, up and down 63, so it keeps alerting you? Or are you getting alerted because, hey, it blew past 63 yesterday. 2 days later, it's now 6,600. It's alerting me again. And now you're really interested, because you want to see when this thing alerts. Now, if it starts alerting you again, it's back down to 6,300. Bitcoin's down $300. You may think, oh, the sell-off's happening. Again, you're going to have to play that like you plan on playing it. And I've given you some scenarios, some thoughts. Get the thing the app to notify you, so you can make your decision however you want to handle it. But he did say, one way or the other, the data is showing $10,000 price tag on one Bitcoin before this year ends. It will be at the end of the year roughly, but before this year ends, we should be at or extremely close to that price. He did say 10K before the new year starts. That's what his report says. That's what he reports back, and was gracious enough to answer me. And I'll see about we're gonna have to do another Three Amigos video here in the near future. You know, as we enter November, as we always do, one a month. Last month was a little later in the month, I think, if I recall that one. But we'll see. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. I'll have to get with them and see what's up. Take care.